name's Jude Camplin. This is Chrissy Shaw. We've come here today for investment in our two companies, Evolution Solutions and Evolve Through Training. The investment we're looking for is £150,000 for 20%. Evolution Solutions is a construction company which champions women in the construction industry. That means that wherever possible, we employ women tradespeople.
xQc, it's did not do.
Evolution Solutions started trading in September 2005.
Nerves are getting the better of Jude. She'll have to regain her composure quickly to stand any chance of persuading the dragons to invest.
Why does she sound
this is
like
what this chat does. Look.
the talent show Omega Live?
Pepe Pains, cringe, laughing face, then makes me feel bad for laughing. Dude, that's weird, dude.
We champion women in the construction
You're
industry.
laughing.
Housing associations have to hit diversity targets. We solve that problem for them.
She said what?
Diversity targets. We solve that problem for them. There are some environments men just can't go into. There's refuges, sheltered housing. We also have a lot of anecdotal evidence which also says that customers just prefer women in their homes. You know, that's probably because of the much televised pot-bellied builder rummaging through your knicker drawer that you know, gets that perception, but it's out there and it is about trust. Chris is going to talk about Evolve Through Training.
Right. There's two sides to the business. As you've heard, there's the building company. We also have an academy. Right. The academy is set out over 3 sites in Derby, and it was designed specifically to deliver good quality construction training to everyone. The academy will deliver City and Guilds accredited training through intensive courses in 5 aspects of the construction trades. I'll hand you back to Jude.
We want an academy and a construction company in every major city of the UK within 10 years. We also want to see a woman on every building site within 5 years. So thank you for your time and please ask any questions.
Thank you.
After a shaky start, Jude and Chrissy have made it through their pitch. They're asking for £150,000, but the 20% equity they're offering in return is split between 2 companies. It's an unusual deal, and Deborah Meaden needs some clarification.
I need to understand those 2 companies. How does that work?
Evolution Solutions has been trading a lot longer. Evolve Through Training is launching in August, as Chrissy said.
OK, and what's the turnover on Evolve Through Training?
We're probably looking at about 500,000 in the first year.
So there's no, at the moment, no turnover in either of the businesses?
No, Evolution Solutions has been trading since September 2005, and up until April we turned over only about £150,000.
And out of the 150,000, how much does that drop into profit?
I'm going to be totally honest, not a lot. This year we've made a loss.
Are you offering us 20% of each of your companies?
Yes, we're offering 20% of both of the companies.
So that's 20%.
What? That's not how it works, though.
5% Evolve Through Training, 15% Evolution Solutions.
Hey, how does that work? How does that work?
Well, what do you mean, how does it work? 5% of Evolve Through
You're
Training.
actually giving me 5% of one company and 15% over the other. You're not giving me 20%, are you?
Well, all right, 20% is combined over both companies.
No, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah,
one could be worth £100, right? And you give me 20% of it. That's 20 quid. Yeah? Keep it simple.
20 quid,
and the other one could be worth...
We are women.
Would it?
And the other one could be worth...
We are women.
That's 20 quid. Yeah? Keep it simple. And the other one could be worth...
We are women. We do. I apologise, but we face this.
You've got a terrible attitude. I tell you, on that point, I've got a serious issue with that comment.
Well,
do you know how many women I work with?
Yeah, yes.
Do you want to have a guess?
No, I don't know. But I can imagine.
Please have a guess.
I've no idea. I don't know who. To be perfectly honest,
You
I
don't know who we are. You've pitched up, asked for £150,000
Yeah.
for 20%, which is actually 5% of one company and
Of course you
50%
fucked
of
up,
another company.
Yeah.
You don't know who we are. You've
Guys.
made a flippant comment.
Guys, because her company fights for inclusivity of women or whatever, and then the guy is explaining something very normal, and she jumps at the fucking gender card out of the fucking nowhere. The irony is insane. Why would you want to deal with that?
Not flippant, it's very serious.
No, you made
to
a very
us.
flippant comment.
Very
It's so ironic.
serious
Because if
to
you'd done your
us.
homework, you wouldn't have made a comment.
Jude has incensed Theo Paphitis. Deborah Meaden tries to steer the discussion back to business.
How about we start again and you talk us
wasn't
through your business
mansplaining.
model and how we make
Oh,
some money?
fuck
And just
me,
want to
dude.
understand
I'm
the
not.
business. Can you explain to me why you think there aren't more women in the construction industry at the moment?
If you've got 20 men and 1 woman vying for a position in a building company as a trainee, whether you like it or not, men still choose to take on men. That is a fact as well.
Do you know you're beginning to sound like a crusade?
It's
rather
a campaign.
Than a business?
It's a campaign because it's a niche market. There's a niche in the market.
Jude's approach to the business is not impressing the Dragons. Peter Jones is ready to have his say.
Using words like campaigning, using words like "I want a woman on every building site."
We do.
Well,
Because
do you,
there are women
do you
out
not
there
see
that
the
don't have that
alienation? Do you not see
opportunity.
the alienation that will ensue?
No.
Well, you've already got 5 dragons, pretty hacked.
Okay.
Well-
what happens if 0 women apply? It's all men. Do they kick a man out and they're like, guys, anybody wants to show up today and do some bricklaying? Anybody at all? They just get they get a random?
You know, I'm
If
sorry
you can
about
do
that.
that
I
in
really
5
am,
minutes, what are you
because
going to do when you go into the open market and try and sell
we've
your
done it and we've
services?
succeeded. We have got the attention of housing associations
you
and
have
authorities
succeeded.
that are
You've
very
succeeded
happy.
at nothing.
That's not strictly true either.
You haven't got a business that makes any money, and you haven't even started a trading business.
Now Jude and Chrissy have been blasted by Peter Jones. With emotions running high in the den, Richard Farley steps in to find out what sets their businesses apart from rival construction and training companies.
You've got a business, the evolution is about hiring out women, is that right? Or women and men?
Men and women.
Both.
Men and women.
Yeah.
And the academy is for men and women. So
Yes.
you've got two businesses.
Yes.
The unique thing about the academy is what?
We deliver not only construction training, but the whole package. We'll address customer focus.
Okay, so nothing to do with men and women.
No.
Then you've got this construction business, which is unique in what sense?
Because we do offer women tradespeople as well as men.
Okay.
We give customers the choice.
You're saying that your construction company, there is a demand out there for people who do want women.
Yeah,
Is that right?
absolutely.
It's slightly confusing
Huh? Okay, this is
because your unique selling point
this
is that
is
you've
bait.
got
This is
a high
bait.
ratio of women, but you still have men.
Yes.
If you come and pitch an
Yeah,
idea,
this-
your
this is
concept
troll.
actually said, look, do you know
Guys,
what?
what do you think we're gonna be? Like, dude, I want somebody to do my plumbing. I want them all women. I need 10 workers, and I need all women. All women, only women.
My most critical
What the
success
fuck
factor
is
to my
that,
whole business
dude?
model is the fact that I'm going to focus exclusively on women. My whole business model is going to be based around putting more women into construction industry in key areas where actually they add value. Really good quality people that were trained through you, Chrissy. They then move over to the business once they're trained, and you then tender the contracts exclusively.
and-
You are the female side of the construction industry. I think you now start to
sounds
have
like
a
a
really
problem.
good business.
I don't know whether we can actually do that because of the Discrimination Act.
But you know,
That's a problem. That can be discrimination both ways, and they're gonna offer such weird possibilities, dude.
this is something you should really find out because
I think you should
Well, we
research
stopped.
it.
We
if it's your
have.
unique selling point,
Yeah,
then you should really find out.
What I want to say, and I'm going to complete here, is that what you've come in to try and pitch, you've pitched it in such a discriminating way. Your attitude has to change from focusing on the discrimination to focusing on the key benefit.
Guys,
I'm not going to invest.
guys, let me do this. If somebody can choose to only have women working, they could also choose to only have men working, right? But it seems like only one of these issues is a problem for them, not both. Which is why it's not even.
Invest in you. So I'm out.
Peter Jones has heard enough. He's the first dragon out. Theo Paphitis, who clashed with Jude from the start, has also made up his mind.
You came here today looking for someone to invest in you a huge amount of money. If you'd done some homework, you'd have come up here in front of the 5 Dragons and made a pitch that might have just persuaded us or invest in you £150,000. I don't believe you're investable, and I won't be investing, so I'm out.
Okay.
Now, I can't back you either because you haven't demonstrated that you've found a clear way forward, and so I think you need to learn those lessons before someone can just give you $150,000 to play with. And the uphill climb that you've got to undertake, I'm going to drop out as well, so thank you.
With Theo Paphitis, Richard Farley and Peter Jones all out, Jude and Chrissy's chances of securing £150,000 are hanging by a thread. Has Deborah Meaden heard anything that will tempt her to back the pair?
Jude, Chrissy,
Guys,
I think you
let's be honest, chat. They came in with a thread, and that thread was cut the second she opened her mouth. That's just kind of how it is.
might be onto something if you listen to the advice. Do you know my big concern is watching you, Jude? When you get advice, there's a big sigh and there's a but. You're doing it. Exactly that. That is exactly the point.
Yeah, but I
That's
listen
it.
to everybody
The
and
thing
everything.
Is, what we are in here today to look for business opportunities. What you brought to us was a debate that you instigated over discrimination, over women in the workplace, over crusading and campaigning. That's how you started. We have helped you to bring this back onto a business platform. But every single time we try to talk about something you don't like to hear, you're very, very defensive. Anyway, you're doing it again, Jude. You're not listening to me. So I'm afraid for that reason, I'm out.
It looks all but over for Jude and Chrissy.
You know what, guys, that one commenter in the chat that I was saying earlier, she was getting mansplained. Did she just get woman-splained? Is that what just
Only
happened?
Duncan Bannatyne now
Is it
stands
only one way or both ways?
between them and expulsion from the den.
I've just found you rude, offensive, very sexist, very discriminatory.
Both ways.
I
Okay,
employ
fair
a lot
enough.
of women. I employ more women than I employ men, and they do a fantastic job. Would I employ you? No. Would I invest in you? No. Never. So I'm out.
I've heard worse.
If you've heard worse,
It's just something.
if
it's
you've
just
heard
something-
worse and you keep hearing it,
Yeah,
and
but-
you keep going to a place and you get up, try going in without that chip on your shoulder. You're the only person who's right. We're all wrong.
Yeah.
Everybody's wrong. You've got a massive chip on your shoulder
No,
and a
I haven't.
terrible attitude. That's your problem.
Fine.
With the words of a furious Duncan Bannatyne ringing in their ears, Jude and Chrissy are leaving the den empty-handed. And the dragons are smouldering.
Well, that was the hardest work trying to understand a business in that model that I've ever heard. Did we discuss business?
No.
Were there actually any?
Do you know what? She hasn't got a chip on her shoulder. She's finely balanced. She's got one on each shoulder.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well said.
That's a business burn. Damn, bruh. Shit. Sheesh.
Jude, Chrissy, are you blaming yourselves?
Nope. They loved me, didn't they?
Were you aggressive or nervous?
How does that work?
Well, what do you mean, how does it work? That is.
Seems like she's been
unfortunately
eating too many of
my
those
manner.
chips.
I
Maybe
am-
she should.
Yeah. I say what we both say what we believe in.
What about the chip on your shoulder?
No, not a chip.
don't
I
think-
get frustrated, and when you want to change something for the better, and
I did not steal the joke. I did not.
the reason you can't is because you're a woman, you know, it does vex me. I've heard worse. I don't apologise for how I am. I have to be like this to survive in the industry, and if you're not, you just leave it.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No, I didn't.